Sustainable Seafood through Innovation พบกับ Adam Brennan Chief Sustainability and Communications Officer Thai Union Group PCL
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you to the UN Global Network of Thailand for the opportunity to speak here today. It's great to see some really interesting conversations happening over the next few days that put action and impact at the heart of the conversation. And that's what I really aim to do over the next 10 to 15 minutes, is talk about how we are driving impact and action through technology and innovation as we work towards sustainable seafood. At Thai Union, we understand the importance of the world's oceans. We understand that it plays a critical role in regulating global temperatures. We understand that it plays a critical role in making sure that we protect and have thriving biodiversity. We also understand the importance of its role in making sure that it is there to meet the growing global population demands for healthy, nutritious protein. But the ocean is also under numerous threats, which is why at Thai Union we've put at center of our corporate purpose, healthy living, healthy oceans, with the vision to become the world's leading marine health and nutrition company. The seafood industry, as I mentioned, is under a number of different challenges, and it is estimated that about 30% of the global fish stocks are currently overfished. So transforming the seafood sector is not optional. It is fundamental and essential. But there is a bright future for seafood, should we be acting responsibly. Blue foods, such as tuna and shrimp, provide a low-carbon protein that contribute to food security and can contribute well into the future. But of course, this must happen responsibly. We must be preserving the natural resources and the ecosystems in which we are extracting these materials from. And at Thai Union, we're contributing to a number of different projects and initiatives that help both the UN Global Sustainability Development Goals, as well as support the UN's Decade of Ocean Science. A couple of years ago, Thai Union were at COP, the Conference of Parties 28 in Dubai, leading in some of the world's conversations on climate action. And there we became a signatory to the UN's Transforming Food Systems Pact, where we really want to make sure that we can support food and nutrition security whilst making sure that we reduce and mitigate environmental impact. Now, sustainability is not new for Thai Union. We introduced our sustainability plan almost 10 years ago. And over the last 10 years, we've become well-known leaders in responsibly sourced seafood. But only because we are leaders today doesn't make us leaders of tomorrow. And so in 2023, we introduced our new Sea Change strategy, Sea Change 2030, which is our plan to help reshape the seafood industry, providing unified solutions for people and for planet. Our Sea Change 2030 strategy is focused on 5 thematic pillars. At the heart of our strategy is people. This is where we started almost 10 years ago, and it continues to be an area that we continue to put a high level of focus on. That is because the seafood industry can be high risk. Without the necessary tools, policies, process, due diligence, verification, that mitigates some of the risks associated with the industry and ultimately helped to safeguard the workers that are in the supply chain. That is fundamental to the work that we've been doing over the last 10 years and will remain a core part of our work as we move forwards. But there is also health and nutrition. Thai Union operate within the seafood space. Seafood is inherently healthy. We want to make sure that we are promoting blue foods, to make sure that they are sourced responsibly and can continue to be that healthy, nutritious protein that can meet growing global protein demands. Climate change. I spoke a little bit in the introduction around the role of the ocean and how it can help to regulate global temperatures. From a seafood perspective, we have an accountability to act in lowering our carbon emissions, to make sure that we are driving decarbonization. But we also have a responsibility to make sure that our suppliers are fit for the future. They have the right knowledge, they have the right know-how in how to act in a warming global environment. Tuna is a migratory species, and it's going to move as our ocean temperatures increase. And we have to make sure that our suppliers are well equipped to deal with these changes. So we are also going to focus on climate adaptation and resiliency as well. Biodiversity, a relative newcomer into the sustainability stage. But biodiversity for Thai Union has been at the heart of our strategy for the last 10 years. We rely on tuna, which is a natural resource. It is in our own best interest to make sure that that resource is managed responsibly and sustainably. When a fishery collapses, it can take a decade to recover. So we are doing everything we can to make sure that all of the seafood we source is happening responsibly and protecting biodiversity. And then lastly, circularity. Doing more with less. Making sure that we are minimizing waste and making sure that we are leveraging all of the raw materials to the highest extent possible. Those are the 5 areas that we are focused on under Sea Change 2030. And they are backed up by 11 robust interconnected commitments. These commitments support 10 of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. But we know incremental steps are not going to cut it. Real progress requires new thinking, new tools, and new forms of partnership. And that is some of the work that we're going to be doing between now and 2030. And a lot of it doesn't have answers. And that is where innovation and technology come into play. How can we better utilize what is already out there, but how can we also drive the innovation space to give us answers to some of the fundamental challenges, risks, and opportunities that exist out there in the sustainability space? So over the next few minutes, I'm going to talk about some of these innovations and technologies that we are actively deploying across Thai Union's value chain. The first is on the water. Thai Union is a seafood company. We source a lot of tuna. Now, you may not know, but the geographical area of fishing is actually 3 times larger than that of agricultural production. That means the sheer, I can't say land space, but geographical area that we need to cover to make sure that our products are responsibly sourced is huge. And we cannot do that ourselves. We rely on technology, we rely on new innovations that we are actively driving to make sure that we have eyes on tuna. One of the ways we do that is through human observers and electronic monitoring, what we call on-the-water monitoring. This helps us to understand what the vessels are doing on the water and to make sure that we have the scale needed to ensure responsible sourcing. And although this helps on sustainability, it also has other benefits as well. It can drive better business through helping us to mitigate the risks associated with sourcing some of these products, particularly as it relates to IUU, illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. But it can also drive a competitive edge. It has enabled Thai Union to establish retail partnerships with some of the world's leading retailers on proactively addressing sustainability topics. And it can also help with transparency, providing our stakeholders robust and accurate information that demonstrates Thai Union are walking the talk in tackling some of these topics. Now I will shift gears a little bit and talk about shrimp. In Thailand, there are thousands of active shrimp farms. And there is a significant opportunity for Thailand to differentiate itself in what is a very crowded and competitive marketplace. One of the ways Thailand can do that is focusing on its sustainability credentials and looking at how we can decarbonize the shrimp supply chain in Thailand. And over the last 12 months, Thai Union have done exactly that. The pack that you see here on screen is Chicken of the Seas, which is one of our subsidiaries, responsibly raised shrimp, which was processed and created, farmed here in Thailand, but being sold now on the shelves in US retailers. This is a partnership that we have with the Nature Conservancy and Ahold Delhaize USA. And one of the big focuses is looking at how we can reduce the carbon emissions by about a third through improving on-farm technology, through driving innovations, through driving changes in operations and management, as well as sustainable and responsible feed. Now, we piloted this earlier in 2024, and what we've seen is that the demand greatly outstrips the supply. There is a huge demand for more responsibly produced products, and this again is where I think there is an opportunity for the industry in Thailand to create the scale and to replicate this further. We are also driving a number of other different innovations within the shrimp farms that we source from. We are installing technology known as HydroNeo, which is a smart farm management system that helps to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. We are working with an organization called Minotech, which focuses on feed optimization, making sure that the farmers are utilizing the feed in the most optimal way possible, helping the farmers save cost, but also driving down greenhouse gas emissions. We are working with Chow Energy to install photovoltaics in the farms that we source from. We are actively exploring alternative feed ingredients, such as insect feed. And we are working with an organization called Ketos that is looking at antimicrobial resistance and how we can reduce antibiotic usage within the shrimp farming in Thailand. All of these different innovations and technologies have a fundamental role to play in making sure the shrimp that we source is happening responsibly and sustainably. Now, innovation comes in many, many different forms. A lot of people think about supply chain tech. Very few people think about finance. Now, what innovation could there possibly be in finance? Finance is just boring numbers, right? I would challenge that and say it's wrong. Finance has a fundamental role to play in driving and accelerating sustainability. And we need new, exciting, innovative mechanisms to finance and drive some of these projects that we're talking about. The Thai Union has always been at the forefront of blue financing, but last month we signed a deal with the Asian Development Bank. We signed a $150 million blue loan that will help Thai Union and Thailand accelerate its journey to a more responsible future and ones with lower carbon emissions. And it just shows you the type of partnership that can happen when the public and private sector come together. We're also looking at packaging and our consumer-facing side of things. Now, there has been zero innovation in canned tuna packaging. If I look at my mother, if I look at my grandmother, if I look at my great-grandmother, they all had the same can of tuna in their cupboard. And it usually comes in a stack, and that stack is usually covered in plastic. No more. Earlier this year, John West in the UK has eliminated over 400 tons of shrimp wrap plastic. And we have enabled that through the use of a fully recyclable monomaterial smart strip. This eliminates the need for that single-use plastic. It supports the circular economy, it lowers waste, and it lowers greenhouse gas emissions. This is one of the key areas we've been driving innovation in our consumer-facing goods. But we also want to be doing more with less, as I said in the opening. We rely on a natural resource, tuna. When we extract tuna, a lot of that meat goes into some of the tuna cans you just saw. Other meat goes into the pet food industry. But we are still left with byproducts, products such as skin, such as bones and such as the head of the fish. What we have done is we have driven innovation through our Global Innovation Centre here in Bangkok to utilize these products as much as possible. Now we are using the bones from tuna to create calcium supplements. We are using the skin of the tuna to create collagen supplements. And we are using the head of the tuna to create fish oil supplements, all making sure that we are fully utilizing these natural resources to the highest extent possible. We're also looking at our own factories, making sure that we are targeting energy, water, and waste. Water is used in high levels in food processing. At our factory in Summit Sakhorn, they've now achieved zero liquid discharge through a very innovative project that we did in partnership with the government. Innovation and technology needs to sit across the entire value chain, not just in Thai Union's own operations, not just in our sourcing, but in our procurement, in the retailers. End to end, we need to tackle sustainability. And if we want to feed a growing global population, we must regenerate our oceans and create livelihoods that are dignified, resilient. We also need to be bold. We need to bring together finance, science, policymakers, NGOs, and the industry in new ways that we have not seen before. And we also need to make sure that we keep innovation grounded. Yes, we have pilot projects, but we also need to make sure that they are ready for scale. And at Thai Union, we are committed at doing just that. We invite others to join us. We believe that the future of seafood is anyone who can reimagine it differently to what it exists today. Thank you.